Hello people, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Hope you are doing great. So today I am going to be sharing with you how to cut this beautiful backstop with a balloon sleeve. So to start with, the first thing you're going to do is to fold the wrong side of your material into two places like I did here. Then mark down the points that you will need in cutting this beautiful style. So placing my tape in a horizontal line, the first line I will be marking is my bust point, and the second line I will be marking is my under bust point, and the third line I will be marking is my waist point. Then the fourth line is my hip point. The fourth line I will be marking is my hip point. Then added extra 3 inches for the backs, making the full length 27 inches. So on the top left, I came down by 1 inch to mark my shoulder slope. So after I'm done marking the shoulder slope point, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my shoulder circumference into two places. For my client's shoulder measurement is 15. Divide by 2 is 7.5 plus half inches, making it 8 in total. So I am marking down 8 inches in total. And after I'm done with that, I am going to mark my 8 inches armhole length, armhole point, and that is what I am doing here. After marking down my 8 inches armhole point, the next thing I'm going to do is to connect my armhole to my shoulder slope. So next, on my 8 inches armhole point, I am going to connect the lines to the armhole point, and now I am done connecting the lines. The next thing I'm going to do is to give my armhole curve, and this is how I am going to do it for now. This is how I'm going to connect my armhole curve. So next is to connect my nipple to nipple measurement. My client's nipple to nipple is 4 inches. I added half inches for seam allowance, making it 4.5 inches. Then I'll connect them together, and the next thing I'm going to do is to come up by 1 inch on my bust point and below my bust point, and go in by 1.5 inches on the under bust and on the waist, on the hip and on the full length. Then I'll connect them together. From my under bust, I will connect to the 1 inch I marked, 1 inch below the bust point I marked, and I will divide my armhole measurement, my armhole point, into 2, and I will mark it down. Then connect from my bust point to the armhole point I marked. So next thing I'm going to do is to add the measurement. My bust measurement divide by 4 plus 4 inches seam allowance. I added extra 4 inches seam allowance because I am still going to join the princess dart. Then after I'm done with that and I'm done connecting everything together, I am going to come out by 1 inch on my armhole point because of the same joining. I want everything to be extra because of the joining. So here I came out by 1 inch on the armhole point, and I'll connect it. So the reason why I added extra 1 inch on the armhole line is because I don't want, when joining it, I don't want to be shortened. I want it to be either the exact same size or is shorter than it, but I'm still going to cut it off if anything extra comes out. So that is it. So after that, I'm going to use my front piece to cut out my back piece, and I'm going to add extra 1 inch for the zipper allowance. So I'm just trying to mark down the zipper allowance, and then the next thing I'm going to do is to start cutting it out. So you don't need extra measurement. The measurement has already been made on the front piece, but we are still going to cut our back piece. But first off, let's mark the neckline. So for my neck, where my neck depth for the front is 4 inches, for the back is 1 inch, then I'll connect it together. The wideness of the neck, if you remember, is 3 inches. So after cutting it out, I'm going to cut the back piece neck depth first, then the front piece, then cut the shoulder slope, then cut out the front piece neck depth. Then after that, I am going to cut out the excesses on the front, cutting out the darts. Then after cutting out the darts, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to mark the darts for the back, and I'm going to come up from the back piece. I'm going to remember we added extra 3 inches on the length of the back. So the next thing we're going to do is to mark from the waistline, mark the waist point, the hip point, and from the waist point 2 inches above the waist point, I am going to mark the darts. That is where my dart is going to start from. So I am going to mark 1 inch apart, 1 inch in, 1 inch out. Then I will connect the lines like this. So after I'm done connecting the lines, I will put my measurement. I'll add my measurements then cut the exact measurement, because there is no much that on the back. So it's going to have my exact same measurement as in my it's going to have my client's measurement, because this is not my clothes. I don't know why I'm adding my so this is my waist divide by 4 plus 2 inches. I'm just adding 2 inches on the back, just 2 inches. Then for the darts, the 1 inch I removed on both sides, I'm still going to add it back. So you start putting your measurement from after the zipper point. So after the zipper point, not from the starting point of the line, just after the zipper point, mass as well on. So I will add extra 2 inches. These 2 inches that I removed here, I'm going to add it there. So the 2 inches I'm going to remove here, I'm going to add it back there. So that is the extra mark I added there, and I will cut it out. So here I am done cutting it out. I open my zip up area. So next is to cut our sleeve, my client's sleeve, because my client's sleeve. So the first thing I'm going to do is to fold the sleeve. That's the remaining material. Then I came down by 4 inches from that place I just marked down, then connect it on a straight line like that, because it's a balloon sleeve. You don't need it on all this fashion thing, just a balloon sleeve. So I'll be pleating the upper balloons, upper side of the sleeve, and on the downside is going to have an elastic. So that is it. The place I curved is the upper part of the sleeve, while the down area that I'm touching right now is this is the upper part. The place I'm just touching right now is the upper part. It has a curve. That curve is my armhole curve, but I'm going to pleat it like this. I'll pleat it in like this, and after pleating it, I will put elastic on the downside of the sleeve. So next thing I'm going to do right now is to join my princess dart for the front. So I am going to join it exactly the way I cut it out. I will join it back and sew it. So here I am done joining it, and I added a pepper stain on it before joining. I later realized that I need a pepper stain on it, so I added a pepper stain on it before joining, and this is how it looks like after joining. Now I want to come pepper stain, so I had to manage the one I had. That is why it didn't cover everywhere. So the next thing I'm going to do is to add the front piece and the back piece of the top together. Then I'll cut out the backs. The backs is the reason for this top, so I am going to cut the backs now. So here I am done joining the front and the back piece together. Here this is the back piece. The reason why I added this pepper stain like this is because I want the back's place to stand out. I don't want it to be curvy. Maybe it will be folding. I want it to stand out. I don't want it to be folding. So next thing I'm going to do is to come down by 2 inches from below the waist point. Then I will mark a V shape to the point I marked. After marking the V shape, I'll cut it out immediately, just the exact way I marked it. That is the backs. You guys know this is how to cut it. This is how to cut the backs. So I'm going to cut it out right now. So I'm going to cut it out exactly the way I marked it, and I will shape the armhole line, the armhole point. I added extra 1 inch on the armhole, so that is what I just cut out now, and this is how it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to put down my exact same measurement on the back and on the front piece. So there's no need for adding or removing anything, because they are the exact same measurement. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to add my zipper. To add my lining. I'm going to join my lining now. So after joining the lining for the front and for the back, I am going to add the zipper for the back. So I am going to join the zipper for the back, I'm going to add the zipper, and after I'm done adding the zipper, this is how it looks like. I joined the shoulders as well. In my last video I showed you how to join the shoulders. My previous video I showed you how to join your shoulders, so you go and watch there, or how to join the shoulders exactly if you're using lining. So here we have 26 inches in length. As you can see, it has reduced by 1 inch. So I am going to add my measurement and make sure that my shoulder measurement is 15 inches. That is my shoulder circumference is that 15 inches. And I will add I'm trying to look into my client's measurement. That is why I'm opening my measurement book. So I am going to add the exact measurements. This is how to shape your clothes. If you don't know how to shape, this is how to shape it. So I'm trying to check my client's measurements where I wrote it down, so that I can shape it very well. So here I am putting down the measurement. So this is how to put down your measurement. I will still do that in a different video. If you don't know how to put down exact measurements, sometimes when after sewing clothes for your customer, they say that the hand is bigger than the leg, or the leg is bigger than the nose, you know. So you have to learn how to put down exact same measurement for the customer. So here I am done joining the sleeve. I forgot I was recording and I got injured too. I am showing you the place I got injured. I'm sorry. So here I am done joining the pleats. This is how it looks like on the pleats. And here too I am adding my elastic on the sleeve, and this is how I am adding it. I'm trying to adjust the elastic to fit my client's sleeve measurement. So after I'm done joining it, I will sew it. I will join it together, and this is how it looks like after joining together. So next thing I'm going to do is to do the same on the other side. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. See you in my next video. Bye.